Good, y'all. So allegedly, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez have each signed a contract to fight each other August 16th in Saudi Arabia. This is the same date as the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach rematch, which is obviously Turkey Al-Sheikh is basically taking shots at Gervonta Davis once again for, not having any intentions of working with Turkey Al-Sheikh. The bout between Haney and Lopez is expected to be fought at a catch weight of 145 pounds, according to an official, and the pair have agreed to enroll in random drug testing administered by VADA. Teofimo Lopez is 22-1, 13 KOs. Devin Haney is 32-0 with 15 KOs. And, Teofimo was questioned about his next fight with Devin Haney, if it was going to happen. And, Teofimo Lopez smiled and said maybe him. So this fight was already made before, but, Teofimo Lopez, he originally wanted to fight Jaron Boots Ennis at 147 pounds. Jaron Boots Ennis was uninterested in that fight. And Teo got pissed off because Turkey Al-Sheikh promised to pay him more money to fight Boots than to fight Devin Haney, right? So when he found out that Boots didn't want to fight, Turkey Al-Sheikh basically told Teo that he wanted him to fight Devin, and I guess he didn't like the fact that he was going to get paid less than what he was supposed to get for Boots. So he went on Twitter and called Turkey Al-Sheikh a dictator, D-I-C-K, with Tater at the end of that. Turkey Al-Sheikh responded and said that he doesn't, pay attention to idiots, basically, and he basically cut Teo off and said, fuck you, I'm not giving you no fight. So, Teo basically, apologized. Teo got on his knees until the turd came. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez apologized and said sorry like 3 or 4 times. And I guess Turkey Al-Sheikh forgave him because, Teo basically, he showed that he's really a bitch, man. He didn't stand on business. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. If somebody is willing to pay me a couple $1 million and all I got to do is say sorry, I would say sorry as well. But I would never, do something stupid like Teo did, calling Turkey Al-Sheikh a dictator. This man just gave you the biggest payday of your career, for fighting Arnold Barboza. And remember, guys, this is the same Teofimo Lopez that before his fight with Arnold Barboza with Turkey Al-Sheikh, Teofimo Lopez has never been on pay-per-view. So you're not a pay-per-view star. You've complained for years about not getting paid like the black fighters. That's what Teo says, like the black fighters. He's talking about, obviously, Gervonta Davis and, Devin Haney. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. Teofimo Lopez is jealous at the fact that he feels like he should be getting paid similar to what the black fighters that have better, I can't even say they have better resumes because Teo does have a solid resume. But if Teo should be mad at anybody, he should be mad at Bob Arum. Blame your promoter that you were with all those years, man, because Teo does have that win over Lomachenko. He did beat Josh Taylor when Josh Taylor was still undefeated, I think. And now he has a win with Arnold Barboza. But we also can't ignore the flaws on Teo's resume. He did lose to George Kambosos, who Devin Haney beat twice in a row, dominated him. I don't even think George Kambosos won 1 round against Devin Haney in those 2 fights. He did have a fight against Sandor Martin that he won by split decision. Many people like myself think that he lost to Sandor Martin. Then he had that fight with Josh Taylor. Some people feel like he lost that fight. And then you have his fight with George Claggett, where George Claggett was hitting him all night and almost closed both of his eyes entirely up. So, this is going to be a very interesting fight. If I was to make a prediction, I would definitely have to say that I got Devin Haney winning this fight by decision. I just think Devin Haney is too skillful for Teofimo Lopez. I think fighters like Devin Haney give Teo a lot of problems. Devin has good, he's good at moving around the ring. Devin, when he uses it, because for some strange reason, Devin Haney didn't use his jab against Jose Ramirez, but when Devin Haney uses his jab, he does have one of the best jabs in the sport of boxing. He beat George Kambosos with a jab. You know what I'm saying? He beat the shit out of Regis Prograis, mostly using a jab. You feel me? So I do think Devin Haney would definitely use that jab against Teofimo Lopez. And I just think he's going to outbox Teo. Teo, since he's moved up to 140 and now that he's going to 145, Teo just doesn't have that same power that he had at 135 pounds. Remember when Teo was at 135 pounds, he was dropping dudes. Remember when he knocked out Richard Comey? Like, that version of Teo, he's been gone for quite a while now. I think the last time Teo got a knockout was in 2022. So Devin Haney's not going to have to worry about, getting knocked out by Teo the same way he would worry with a guy like Ryan Garcia. We all know Ryan Garcia, he's got that signature left hook that at any given moment could knock you out. Teo doesn't have that. Even if you look at how Teo fought against Arnold Barboza, Teo didn't drop Arnold Barboza. Teo outboxed and outclassed Arnold Barboza. So I think styles make fights, and I think this is a perfect style for Devin Haney. And I think this is why Teofimo Lopez has avoided fighting Devin Haney for so long, because we could have got this fight 5-6 years ago before Teo took that fight with George. He could have fought Devin. Teo and his father had no interest in fighting Devin Haney. At the time, they felt like Devin Haney, was pretty much a nobody. They felt like he hadn't done enough, and, they basically were looking down on Devin Haney. So, now we're getting this fight like 6 or 7 years later, and it's still going to be a good fight, man. Teo is 27, Devin Haney is 26. These guys are both still very young. And yeah, man, I think the best part about this fight, y'all, is going to be the promo, because Devin and Teo, they haven't liked each other for a long time, right? And then Teo, you got both of these guys got their fathers as pretty much their managers, right? So you're going to see Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Bill Haney, they're going to be going at it. I mean, I ain't going to lie. Bill and Teo Sr., they might fight each other before Devin and Teo fight each other. Don't be surprised if Bill swing on Teo Sr. or Teo Sr. swing on Bill, because both of these fathers talk a lot of shit, and they both hotheads, man. So the promo for this fight is going to be incredible. I can't wait until the first press conference, man. And may the best win, man. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this fight in the comment section. Follow your boys, subscribe, share the video. I'm out.